Good morning, YouTube. And again, good morning, Olaf, and good morning, Facebook. All right. Olaf, how are you today?
It's pretty much as usual. Little back pain in the middle, upper neck, shoulders.
You haven't been using that technique I taught you?
I forget it all the time.
Okay, hand over head, snap your fingers. Whenever you feel just the slightest bit of discomfort or even pressure in that area, snap your hands over your head. Will you do that for me?
I will try to remember it.
How about right now, Olaf?
Okay.
Go for it. All right. The snap heard around the world. Well done.
Yes, actually it works a little bit somehow.
So energy follows thought, and thought follows stimuli. So when you allow your energy or you allow the stimulus of the snapping hands overhead, your mind follows that, and the energy follows your mind. It sounds like you have something what is in Tibet is called lung, or simply what some people call chronic congestion. I have the same tendencies, and that's why I'm able to offer some techniques for you.
Yes.
Okay, so have you any meditation questions for me?
I think I have an off-topic question again.
Okay.
What did Buddha say about manifesting?
Good question. In fact, I think you've asked that before. Buddha did not have much to say about manifesting. Buddha's primary focus was on letting go. He felt that, well, let's just review for a moment the Four Noble Truths. And to do that, I'm going to go into screen sharing mode and actually create a new, fresh document so that will serve as notes. So let's see here, notes template. Save as. Class notes. This is Saturday. Okay. Almost gonna be done writing 2017. Oh my goodness, it's pretty exciting. Okay, so let's make a quick adjustment to the text. All right. So let's look at the Four Noble Truths. Olaf, do you remember them?
I can't remember right now.
Okay. So the first one is, so from a Theravadan point of view, the first noble truth is dissatisfaction. So I think you and me would both agree that the pain in your back is dissatisfying. No one goes, oh, that pain is delicious.
No.
But number two, in the Theravada point of view, the cause of that pain comes down to clinging. Specifically, there are many scholars who say by cling, what they mean is saying either I hate that, I want to push it away, or I want that and wish to pull it towards me. So that push-pull duality. The third one is there's a cessation possible. And as a liberal, I would call it cessation from the tyranny of that same duality. And the fourth noble truth, you remember that?
Freedom from tyranny.
That would be the path or the means to do so. So think of it this way. Dissatisfaction, the cause of dissatisfaction is clinging. The cause of cessation is the path, the Noble Eightfold Path, which divides into three things, which is insight, well, mindfulness, insight, and morality, also known as love in action. So that was Buddha's primary thrust. Buddha's intention was not to create a new religion. There was already a religion in India at that time. There was already a priesthood. There was already rituals. There was already religious magic. At that time, if you wanted to manifest something, you would go to the priest. He would give you a specific ritual. He would either do it for you or with you, or he would just tell you to go do it yourself. So there was already that mechanism in place. Buddha was not trying to reinvent the wheel. He was trying to do is, he was basically a contemplative, a yogi, a meditator.
I have a question.
He found a meditation system that worked, and he shared it with those who wanted to meditate in a way that would help them to experience the cessation from the tyranny of the push-pull duality that caused so much dissatisfaction. So that was the thrust of Buddha's teachings: liberation from the causes and the tyranny of dissatisfaction. You had a second question. What is that second question?
I think in Buddha's time, if he taught this to ordinary people, wouldn't they go against the establishment?
Well, in some ways they did. Two of the radical things Buddha taught was, number one, he accepted people from all castes, which was unheard of in his time. Number two, he insisted that women were more than property. They should be treated with dignity and respect. And he taught that a woman could become, it is perfectly appropriate for a woman to enter the spiritual path and practice the spiritual path and accomplish the spiritual path. That caused riots. At that time, women, the patriarchy was in full swing, and women were treated as object, as possessions, as less than a man. The very fact that Buddha taught that women could ordain and study and practice and teach was huge. And people tried killing him. People tried framing him. People had riots. They lost their mind. But there was always a minority of people who were into or curious about liberation from the dissatisfaction caused by push-pull duality. Does that answer the question for you, Olaf?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. So one of the reasons I recite and study and teach the Tao Te Ching is that in basically the promises forsake the two extremes of contrivance and chaos, train your mind in the simplicity of centered spontaneity, patiently and compassionately, and everything else will take care of itself. You may not be a billionaire, but everything will take care of itself. That's one of the promises of the Tao Te Ching, and I find that speaks deeply to this mind, to this point of view. Now, you mentioned manifesting. Is there something you wish to manifest in your life right now?
Yeah. No, it was more, I think, a bit too much.
You think too much? Is that what you're saying? I'm having trouble understanding you, Olaf.
Yes, I think a little bit too much about the problems in society.
Okay. So, number one, the fact that you care about it is good. Now, it's always a mistake. It's always a danger to try to stop thinking about something. The best that we can do is bring this enthusiasm into the path. So notice that you're thinking about it and then relax. Always bring it into mindfulness and insight, noticing and relaxing. Keep doing that. It's safe to think what you think, whether your thoughts are pleasurable or painful, whether they're kind or cruel. To be honest with what you're thinking and then let go is very helpful. Now, here's my question to you, Olaf. From the website, have you downloaded a free copy of the Tao Te Ching?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, well, you can always go to the site and you can always download the latest version of it, of the PDF. And if you recite it regularly, I think it could be beneficial. I really think it could be beneficial with this.
Yes.
So when you think a lot about the changes that need to be made in the world, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yes. Sometimes I think that if I think about something, I manifest it.
Okay.
It come into my life somehow.
Well, that is a common belief. Some people call it a superstition. The fact is, there has been no successful, peer-reviewed, randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled studies to show that people can manifest specific things deliberately or accidentally. It hasn't been. I would love it if some people out there, some guy trying to get his PhD in parapsychology constructed a study like that. That would be fantastic. There was I think it was the first or the second Harry Potter movie. Did you enjoy the Harry Potter movies, Olaf?
I don't think I have seen it, actually.
Well, I think it was in the first Harry Potter movie. There was this special mirror that if you gazed in it, it would show you receiving your heart's desire. And when Dumbledore, the head wizard, was explaining it to Harry, he said, and I paraphrase, men have squandered their lives gazing into the mirror of wish fulfillment. And we can do that. That's a wonderful metaphor, Olaf. So many times we can squander our time and our energy reaching ahead of us. Oh, I want this. Oh, I want that. Oh, I want this. All the while we're blind to the right here and the right now, where there's so much to do to keep us busy and occupied and fulfilled right now. Now, that doesn't mean we become resistant to change and evolution. Imagine it this way. We're sitting on the bank of a creek, the water's flowing by. We're not forcing the water to flow by, it's doing it all on its own. We can wish the water would flow faster or slower. We can try to resist the flow of the water, or we can just enjoy the process. So the ultimate panacea for thoughts is not to select them, but to notice them and relax, even into the quote-unquote ugly thoughts, even into the greed or the hate or the fear or the grief, as well as the pleasure and the joy and the love and the peace. But whatever comes up, notice it and relax, and you'll benefit from it. That's the great irony. Regardless of what's, oh gosh. Do any people in Sweden play baseball?
Yes, in the summer. It's
Okay.
not so big, but sometimes. Yes.
Do you know what a batting cage is?
Is that the catch glove?
Well, there's a machine that throws softballs at you, and you just swing at it with your bat. And you can do it for 10 minutes or 15 minutes or 30 minutes. And they call those batting cages. And so our mind can be like a batting cage. And it throws us all these baseballs, one after the other, after the other, after the other. And if we don't get superstitious and we don't read too much into it and we just notice what happens and relax, not only will we survive this crazy thing we call a mind, we'll benefit from it.
Okay.
The people who spend a lot of time talking about the secret, or if you name it, you can claim it, that type of thing, or if you think of it, you can have it. They, whether they know it or not, are running on the treadmill of pulling energy, of greed. Buddha's path is about freeing ourselves, in part, from that greed that says, I want things different, or the hate that says, I don't like the way things are. The irony is that by making peace with what's going on, we create the opportunity for things to evolve. It's
Yes.
kind of like this. I knew a gal, and there was a cat underneath the sofa. She wanted to get the cat out. So she screamed at the cat and started poking at it with the handle of a broom. The cat did not budge. My other friend calmed her down, put the broom back in the cupboard, went in the kitchen, opened up a can of cat food, used the electric can opener to open it up. The cat heard that, and on its own, it crawled out from under the couch and bounded into the kitchen, happy with its tail in the air, ready to eat the contents of the canned cat food. We can, by practicing simplicity, patience, and love, we set space for humanity to evolve up, away from greed to cooperation, away from cruelty to love, simply by cultivating those three things. We cultivate those three things simply through the consistent work of noticing and relaxing. Penny, for your thoughts.
I have only one thought right now. Something I think of a lot. It's about the mainstream media.
Okay. What is it? What is your thought about the mainstream media?
Actually, I think it's kind of mind control.
Well,
for real. When I turn on TV, I see it.
Okay.
all the time.
No, you're right. You're right. There is, at least in America, most of the media is owned by big corporations, and most of the media is in harmony with the corporate agenda. Luckily, there's a lot of people on YouTube who put out the news independent of corporate agenda. There's always going to be a majority of people who don't think too deeply. And there's always going to be a minority of people who do think deeply.
Yes.
And if you stand in the corner, ringing a bell, handing out flyers, screaming at the top of your lungs, not a lot of people are going to listen to you. But if you're able to go through life from a place of centered spontaneity, having trained your mind at least twice a day in noticing and relaxing, you'll find yourself in conversations with people. And without agenda, without trying to manipulate them, you can flow. And words will come through to you. And they may plant seeds of wisdom or awareness in the minds of others. But it only works if you do it non-manipulatively, from a place of non-contrivance. It has to come from centered spontaneity. Otherwise, it's an act of violence. Just as when a man tries to force his penis into a woman's body against her will, that's an act of violence. That's an act of aggression. Likewise, when we try to force our words into someone's mind against their will, that too is an act of aggression. We might do it through bullying, brute force. We might do it surreptitiously through deception. But that's also the dark side. If we are able to train in noticing and letting go an hour every morning, an hour every night, the simplicity, compassion, and patience bloom automatically. And we will have a very positive influence on those around us spontaneously, without trying. That is one of the common themes of the Tao Te Ching.
Okay.
Okay, so let's start practicing. How's that sound, Olaf?
Sounds good.
Okay, I can go back into a screen share mode. What I'd like to do is open up a text I'd like to call Ox Surfing. And Olaf, I'm going to invite you to mute your microphone. We're going to use the triplet chant. May each being everywhere practice simplicity, patience, and compassion. Spontaneously, habitually, easily, and effectively. What is the path? Simplicity, patience, and compassion. What is accomplishment of the path? Being able to practice it spontaneously, habitually, easily, and effectively. Let's chant a version of the Heart Sutra. So it's, from a liberal perspective, I would call it gentle Zen. And we're going to use the bookend chant where we emphasize the first syllable and the second to the last syllable of every couplet. Hopefully, future versions of this text will have accents plugged in to make it easier to chant. Avalokita, the Holy Lord and Bodhisattva, was flowing with the deep course of the wisdom which has gone beyond From tranquil collectedness he beheld the five aggregates. Oopsie, having some trouble seeing the screen here. Let's make this a bit, let's change this a bit. Okay. Welcome to editing with Jigme. Isn't this fun? Okay. From tranquil collectedness he beheld the five aggregates and saw that they were empty of an independent or permanent self to grasp. So now we're going to explore the five aggregates. Hero Sati Putra, objects are emptiness and emptiness is objects. Emptiness does not differ from objects, objects do not differ from emptiness. Whatever is emptiness, that is objects. The same is true of feelings, labels, stories, and mind. Well, that's weird. I'll fix that some other time. And now we're going to explore the six states. Hero Sati Putra, all phenomena are as non-graspable as a vast empty void. They neither arise nor pass away, are neither defiled nor immaculate, neither deficient nor complete. Let's explore what in Tibet is known as mind nature low rig. Essentially, we're going to explore the subject, object, and means of perception. Therefore, O Sati Putra, in emptiness there is no form, nor feeling, nor label, nor story, nor mind. No organs of sight, sound, scent, taste, and sensation, nor mind. No objects of sight, sound, scent, taste, sensations, nor mind. No awareness of sight, sound, scent, taste, and sensation, nor mind. Now we're going to explore dependent origination. There is no ignorance of causality and change, nor its cessation. No formations of mind, speech, or form, nor its cessation. There is no consciousness, nor its cessation. No interplay of mentality and materiality, nor its cessation. There are no sense doors, nor their cessation. There is no sense door contact, nor its cessation. There is no pain, pleasure, or neutrality, nor the cessation. There is no tightness of I want or I hate, nor its cessation. There is no story, nor its cessation. There are no habitual tendencies, nor their cessation. There are no choices, speech, or actions, nor the cessation. There are no grief, lamentation, death, nor their cessation. There is no suffering, no causality, no cessation, no path. No path. There is no wisdom and no attainment. With nothing to attain, the bodhisattvas depend on the perfection of wisdom, and the minds are without any hindrance. Without any hindrance, no fears exist. Far removed from perverted thought, they are awake. All Buddhas of the past, present, and future depend on the perfection of wisdom in attaining the unsurpassed, complete, and perfect awakening. Therefore one should know that perfection of wisdom is the great mantra, the bright mantra, the unsurpassed mantra, the unequaled mantra, that can remove all suffering, for it is true, not false. Therefore proclaim the perfect wisdom mantra, proclaim the mantra that reads, Gate Gate Para Samgate Bodhi Swaha. Gone, 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 beyond, gone altogether, beyond what an awakening may it be so. So clearly, we're speaking metaphorically. So now we're going to do some exercises to viscerally experience these ideas we just chanted. In the Madhyamika school of Mahayana thought, we try to reason our way to understand emptiness. In the Chittamitra or Yogacara school of Mahayana thought, we realize that really isn't doable. And what we do is we just use noticing and relaxation. That, of course, is the cornerstone of both the Mahamudra trainings as well as the Dzogchen trainings. So please put your hands in your lap, and we're going to do we're going to perform each exercise for approximately 3 breaths. Notice objects, relaxing. An object here refers to anything you can perceive with your 5 senses. Actually, even your 6th sense, anything that you can perceive with your eyes or your ears or your nose, or your skin or your flesh or your mind. Anything at all. Notice objects, relaxing. Whenever we perceive anything real or imagined, we have one of 3 responses. We either experience it as pleasure, pain, or neither. What is meant? The phrase is often mentioned in the Buddha scripture that the Buddha accomplished or attained the unconditioned. What does that mean? It means that he was able to let go of all conditions. Let's continue. Notice my greed or hate, relaxing. Notice story, relaxing. And by noticing and relaxing, we're not making things go away, but they're seeming less real, less dominating. I appear to have skipped something in there. Let's continue. Noticing birth. So what we're going to do is noticing birth, and birth is just a metaphor for anything that arises. In fact, I'm just going to write that down. Notice passing on. It can be of a person, a thing, an idea, a sound, anything. For instance, I clap my hands, you hear the sound, and then the sound is gone. It's passed on. It's moved on. We're now going to explore the duality of defilement and purity. Notice purity, relaxing. Remember, our job is simple. Silently and mentally recite the words during the in-breath. On the out, notice the words, for instance, the words notice purity. And on the out-breath, silently and mentally recite relaxing. Do this in harmony with the in-breath and the out-breath. Relax as best you can, and it is inevitable. You shall make progress upon the path. Let us now explore debunk the illusion of a duality between deficiency and completion. Notice deficiency, relaxing. Notice completion, relaxing. So now we're going to explore subject, object, and means. Notice organs of sight, relaxing, and of course that would be your eyeballs. Take a moment to notice your environment in your room, all around you. Now we do the second exercise. Notice objects of sight, relaxing. And now there is a mental factor that uses our eyes to be aware of what is in its field of vision. We're going to call that awareness of sight. We're going to practice in a slow manner through the remaining 5 elements of perception. And now with scent. And now, organs of sensation. Now we turn our attention to our big old brains. We're now going to explore dependent origination. I think that's all for this set of exercises. So what would be fun to do right now would be to turn our attention to the Tao Te Ching. So what I invite you to do is please touch the tip of your left middle finger to its thumb. Let's perform the bookend chant. Da Te Ching Chapter 35. She who is centered in that Tao can go where she wishes without danger. She perceives a universal harmony even amid great pain, because she has found peace in her heart. Music or the smell of good cooking may make people stop and enjoy. What was that point to the Tao seem monotonous and without flavor? When you look for it, there is nothing to see. When you listen for it, there is nothing to hear. When you use it, it is inexhaustible. So now let's turn our attention. I'm going to adjust this so it's a little bit easier on your eyes. All right, for the next quarter mala, please please count your mala, if you have one, upon your left middle finger. If you don't have a mala, you can get one from Amazon. Just make sure it has 3 turquoise spacers and a big guru bead. They call this a Tibetan style mala. You can find it on Amazon. Notice this, relaxing. All right. Please touch each index finger to his thumb. And let's chant the 36th chapter of the Tao Te Ching. Tao Te Ching chapter 36. If you want to change something, you must first allow it to expand. If you want to get rid of something, you must first allow it to flourish. Notice the recurring theme of yielding, letting go. If you want to take something, you must first allow it to be given. This is called the subtle perception of the way things are. The soft overcomes the hard, the slow overcomes the fast. Let your working remain a mystery, just show people the results. And now for quarter mala. This is passively observing whatever you experience circumstantially, physically, mentally, whatever. All right, please touch the tip of your right ring finger to its thumb. And let's chant. Tao Te Ching chapter 37. The Tao never does anything, yet through it all things are done. And this is what I was referring to in the pre-class lecture, when we can do great things simply by flowing in simplicity, patience, and compassion. We can set in motion the falling dominoes of greater human evolution. Let's continue. If powerful men and women could center themselves in it, the whole world would be transformed by itself in its natural rhythms. People would be content with the simple everyday lives in harmony and free of desire. When there is no desire, all things are at peace. Please touch the tip of your left little finger to its thumb. Tao Te Ching Chapter 38. The sage does not try to be powerful, thus he is truly powerful. Once again, Wu Wei Wu, doing without doing. Let's continue. The ordinary man keeps reaching for power, thus he never has enough. Olaf, you open your microphone for a moment. Did you see any of the Lord of the Rings movies?
Yes, I've seen.
You've seen Fellowship of the Ring?
Yes, I think so.
All right. At one point, Sauron made a ring of power for each of the 10 kings. And I might have my numbers wrong. And after the kings reached the end of their lives, they became his disembodied slaves. And the narrator said, because men love power and seldom question its price. That reminds me of this passage. Ordinary man keeps reaching for power, thus he never has enough. Oh man, oh man, oh man. We're all greedy for power, are we not? Even though we may feel that you would wield it, beneficently, we still want more of it. So, please mute your microphone. Let's continue. The sage has nothing, yet he leaves nothing undone. The ordinary man is always doing things, yet many more are left to be done. The kind man does something, yet something remains undone. The just man does something and leaves many things to be done. The moral man does something, and when no one responds, he rolls up his sleeves and uses force. In this context, the moral man is being used ironically. So let's compare it or contrast it with the sage. The sage does nothing, yet leaves nothing undone. Meanwhile, the so-called moral man does something. When no one responds, he rolls up his sleeves and uses force. Yeah, not so much with the morality. You can't. It's like trying to legislate morality. It doesn't work well. Let's continue. When the Tao is lost, there is goodness. When goodness is lost, there is morality. When morality is lost, there is ritual. Ritual is the husk of true faith, the beginning of chaos. When Buddha first taught, there was no ritual. He just said, okay, this is how to meditate. Now let's meditate. And over the years, people started adding more and more ritual to it because they wanted to improve upon Buddha. Okay, let's continue. Therefore, the sage consumes himself with the depths and not the surface, with the fruit and not the flower. He has no will of his own, he dwells in reality and lets all illusions go. Such an important passage. He does not try to manifest things. He dwells in the way things are right now. And lets the illusions of his dreads go. He lets the illusions of his desires go. Easy to read, tougher to practice. Please touch each middle finger to its thumb. And let's chant. And this process of going back and forth between the Tao Te Ching and easy meditation, I like to call this process gentle Zen. Tao Te Ching chapter 39. In harmony with the Tao, the sky is clear and spacious. The earth is solid and full, all creatures flourish together. Content with the way they are, endlessly repeating themselves, endlessly renewed. When man interferes with the Tao, the sky becomes filthy, the earth becomes depleted. The equilibrium crumbles, creatures become extinct. The sage views the parts with compassion because he understands the whole. His constant practice is humility. He does not glitter like a jewel, because no one likes a show off. Let's continue. But let himself be shaped by the Tao as rugged and as common as a stone. Please touch the tip of the right index finger to its thumb. Let's chant. Tao Te Ching chapter 40. Return is the movement of the Tao. Yielding is the way of the Tao. All things are born of being, being is born of non-being. Please touch the tip of your left ring finger to its thumb. Now aging chapter 41. When a superior man is of the now, he immediately begins to embody it. When an average man is of the now, he believes it have downs it. When a foolish man is of the now, he laughs out loud. If he did not laugh, it would not be the down. Thus it is said, the path into the light seems dark, the path forward seems to go back. The direct path seems long, true power seems weak, true purity seems tarnished, true steadfastness seems changeable. True clarity seems obscure, the greatest thought seems unsophisticated. The greatest love seems indifferent, the greatest wisdom seems childish. The Tao is nowhere to be found, yet it nourishes and completes all things. Please touch each little finger to its thumb. Aging chapter 42. The Tao gives birth to one, one gives birth to two, two gives birth to three, three gives birth to all things. And this might be fun to plunge a bit into the commentary. What is the one referred to here? In this text, the void is described as the mother of all things. The void, or the uncarved block, are delightful metaphors for the infinite potentiality that is made accessible by dropping our chaotic contrivance and embracing our centered spontaneity. What are the two? Many phenomena organized under the two categories of yin and yang, or female and male. What are the three? In this text, we're taught of the three treasures of compassion, patience, and simplicities, a centered spontaneity. Through the mastery of the three treasures, all things can be effortlessly accomplished. Let's continue. All things have their back to the female and stand facing the male. When male and female combine, all things achieve harmony. Ordinary man hates solitude, but the sage makes use of it, embracing his aloneness, realizing he is one with the whole universe. Please touch the tip of your right middle finger to its thumb. Teaching chapter 43. The gentlest thing in the world overcomes the hardest thing in the world. That which has no substance enters where there is no space. This shows the value of non-action. Teaching without words, performing without actions, that is the sage's way. Please touch the tip of your left index finger to your thumb. Dating chapter 44. Pay more integrity, which is more important. Money or happiness, which is more valuable. Success or failure, which is more destructive. If you look to others for fulfillment, you will never truly be fulfilled. If your happiness depends on money, you will never be happy within yourself. Be content with what you have, rejoice in the way things are. When you realize there is nothing lacking, the whole world belongs to you. Please touch each ring finger to its thumb. Not aging chapter 45. True perfection seems imperfect, yet it is perfectly itself. Truthfulness seems empty, yet it is fully present. True straightness seems crooked. True wisdom seems foolish, true art seems artless. The sage allows things to happen, she shapes events as they come. She steps out of the way and lets that doubt speak for itself. Please touch the tip of your right little finger to its thumb. Dating chapter 46. When a country is in harmony with the other factories make trucks and tractors. When a country goes counter to the warheads are stockpiled outside the city. There is no greater illusion than fear, no greater wrong than preparing to defend yourself. Let us not take this last couplet lightly. We each have the tendency to defend ourselves. We each have the tendency to be defensive. But in so doing, we create more harm than good. Let's continue. No greater misfortune than having an enemy. Whoever can see all through all fear will always be safe. How do we do that? Notice the fear and then relax. If you do that for 30 minutes, or 45 minutes, or 60 minutes, the fear will lose and you will remain. Please touch the tip of your left middle finger to its thumb. Dating chapter 47. Without opening your door, you can open your heart to the world. Without looking out your window, you can see the essence of the Tao. The more you know, the less you understand. The sage arrives. So let's explore that last one. The more you know, the less you understand. That's actually been used in some pop songs. But what does that mean? The more certain we are of the way things are, The more rigid we become, the less wisdom we'll have. The less certain we are, the more flexible we are, the more spaciousness and openness fills our minds and our hearts, creating room for even greater insight and deeper distinctions. Let's continue. The sage will rise without leaving, sees the light without looking, achieves without doing a thing. Please touch each index finger to its thumb. Tao Te Ching Chapter 48. In the pursuit of knowledge, every day something is added. In the practice of the Tao, every day something is dropped. Less and less do you need to force things until finally you arrive at non-action. When nothing is done, nothing is left undone. True mastery can be gained by letting things go their own way. It cannot be gained by interfering. Pardon. Please touch the tip of your right ring finger to its thumb. Tao Te Ching Chapter 49. The sage has no mind of her own. She works with the mind of the people. So when we are out and about, Olaf, with your friends at a coffee shop, walking down the street, it would be a mistake to try to harden your aura and protect yourself from other people. Be open, be vulnerable. As you walk through their auras, you may pick up on their thoughts. As you walk through their conversations, you may pick up on the words. Let it wash over you and down your back like a hot shower at the end of a hard day. Just notice and relax. Let's continue. She is good to people who are good. She is also good to people who are not good. This is true goodness. She trusts people who are trustworthy. She also trusts people who are not trustworthy. This is true trust. The sage's mind is like space. People do not understand her. They look to her and wait. She treats them like her own children. Quick reminder, meditation must be enjoyable, pleasurable, interesting, fun. If you find yourself getting bored or restless or eager to be done, then it's time to apply my favorite antidote, contrived counting. On the in-breath, mentally recite 1. On the out-breath, mentally recite 1. On the next in-breath, mentally recite 2. On the next out-breath, mentally recite 2. You persist in this until one of two things happens. Either A, an interesting circumstance or sensation or thought occurs to you, or emotion or occurs to you, and then you start meditating once again on this ease. Or you get to a place of fatigue where you just can't count anymore, and then you go back to this ease. It's a lovely antidote, not just for beginners, for everyone. Please touch the tip of your left little finger to its thumb. Doubting chapter 50, the sage gives himself up to whatever the moment brings. He knows that he is going to die and he has nothing left to hold on to. No illusions in his mind, no resistances in his body. He does not think about his actions, they flow from the core of his being. He holds nothing back from life, therefore he is ready for death, as a man is ready for sleep after a good day's work. Please touch each middle finger to its thumb. Please touch the tip of your right index finger to its thumb. Please touch the tip of your left ring finger to its thumb. Please touch each little finger to its thumb. Please touch the tip of your right middle finger to its thumb. Please touch the tip of your left index finger to its thumb. Please touch the tip of each ring finger to its thumb. Eyes open. For the final portion of meditation, please touch the tip of your right little finger to its thumb. Eyes open. If you can, gaze through a window into the sky. All right. All right, let's chant. We're going to use the triplet chant. May each be, let's try this again. May each body be healthy, may each life be long. May each rebirth be fortunate, may all training be swift. May each being's benefit to others be universal. May each being everywhere practice simplicity, patience, and compassion spontaneously, habitually, easily, and effectively. All right, that concludes the advanced Saturday class for this week. Olaf, please open your microphone. Have you any parting questions for me?
I have no question right now.
All right. Remember, all week long, snap your hands over your head every time you feel the energy congest at your heart, okay?
Yes, I will try it.
Don't try. Do.
Yes.
Okay, let's see here. Bye, YouTube.
Yes.
And now,
Thank you.
oops, let's see here. Bye, YouTube.